Hi and welcome, Joe here at woollycottage.com. This is a video that's going to both Patreon and YouTube this week. As some of you may be aware, some of you aren't because you don't all follow me over on my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. You do follow me on my YouTube. So I thought all I would do is give you an update of what's available over on the website at the moment. Now, I'm going to be blending up some art bats today because it's been a while since I've done anything like that. I do apologise. I will pop on at some point and do a YouTube live chat. I haven't been on because I've not been well for a good few months, so you just have to bear with me. But I have been putting up archive videos of Patreon from last year, so if you do see any that come up and they mention June, July, September, October, they're last year's videos that you guys never had access to. And that's the best thing about Patreon, is Patreon members get early access and exclusive access to videos that you guys won't see on YouTube for at least the time being. Anyway, so what I thought I would do today is an explanation about one of my listings that's been on the website for about 4 weeks now, and it's the Christmas Advents. And yes, I know it seems a bit early, I appreciate that, but a lot of us fibre artists, some actually put their Christmas Advent listings up in May and June. Some of them are actually April, which I think is a little bit too early. But the reason is because we offer this seasonal thing. I do an Easter bundle set as well, but I haven't done that this year. I might bring that back next year. But Christmas Advents are usually done, for me anyway, as a pre-order as well as a full payment. But they can be quite expensive, and I do know for a fact that there's some out there that charge anywhere of £200 and up. Very, very expensive. I suppose it makes them very exclusive as well, but I'm exclusive as well, you know what I mean? And each of my listings that I have for my Christmas Advents, there are only ever 10 slots available per listing. So this year I have got 12 days of Advent. So 12 days of Advent, as everyone's fully aware, that the Advents usually run from Boxing Day through to, I think it's the 5th of January. But with mine, I have 12 days of 50-gram art bats. Okay, but for Christmas Day you have 100 grams, so all inclusive is 700 grams of hand-dyed wool blended with fibres. Okay, also available is the 4 Sundays of Advent. So every Sunday on the lead up to Christmas in December, you open up a parcel. That's the general theme of it, and each of those are 100 grams. I also do that as a yarn as well. You just need to let me know whether you want a DK or a 4-ply yarn once you've purchased, so I know what to look for. Now the theme this year is called It's All About Teal. Now this is where we've got a little bit of a sticky wicket. It's all about teal. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that all 12 days are going to be teal based art bats. That's not how it goes, and it's never how it goes. Over the years I've done Scandinavian colour inspired folklore images. I've been inspired by herbs from the garden, the kitchen garden. I've been inspired by gemstones and pictures and images of different cocktails, that sort of thing. So I have this year gone with It's All About Teal, and it could be a hint of teal, it could be a base of teal, it could be a gradient with teal. And this is the whole point of why I'm doing this video today, just to show you a couple of examples as to where the teal could be. So when you go onto the website, you'll see on all 3 of those listings the 4 days of Sundays yarn, the 4 Sundays art bats, or the 12 days of Advent art bats are all going to have inspirations from these images. Okay, so I'll pop them up as I go along anyway, but I'm not going to be doing these colour inspirations today. I just want to give you a taste of the sort of thing that I do. I'm not going to be doing 50 grams. These are going to be normal size bats. These bats are actually going on the website this weekend. A fortnight ago I added on a collection, I think it was pinks or something like that I did on the website. So yeah, so this week I'm adding on tealy sort of inspirations to go on the shelves, because those are colours that are missing from my stock. So I always try to keep a theme going, load a batch of different colour themes every so often. Or it might be just a weekend full of textures. It might be a weekend with silk blends in it. It might be au naturel, which I haven't done those ones for a while. So anyway, that's what we're about. Now, if you go onto the website, the 12 Days of Advent is £125. Now, I've stayed at that price for the last 3 years, and I haven't increased my prices at this moment in time. If you're in the UK, you won't be paying postage on that. It's included in the costings. If you're overseas, i.e. America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, those sort of countries, I am posting out to you guys. There's not a problem. But before you make a purchase, can you please get in touch with me so I can amend your listing to accommodate the extra postage? There will be a discount from your total. But once the Advents are all put together, there might only be 700 grams of the 12 Days of Advents. But you also included with that is you get it wrapped. Each day is individually wrapped. Each day or every other day has a gift in there. There's also gifts that you can open up beforehand to stop you from opening up everything else. The Christmas Day one, I always add in something that's made by Woolly Cottage, i.e. a project bag of some sort. So that's an exclusive item that I add in there free. It's usually registered price, if I was to sell them on the website, from £25. So you're getting something extra in there. So really, in the grand scheme of things, you're paying £25 plus you're getting something that's an extra gift of about £25, £20 to £25 that I would sell on the website that way, because it's made specifically for you guys, which you don't get from any other crafters out there. Okay, that's exclusive. That's one thing that I do, is a limited edition item that I add in for you to open up on Christmas Day with your Christmas Day bat. Or yarns. Also, the 4 Days of Sundays get this exclusive item in there. Plus, they get gifts in there as well. So yeah, the 12 Days of Advent is £125. If you're overseas, as I say, contact me before so I can amend the listing for you to incorporate the extra for the postage, because it usually works at about 1.25 grams in postage weight. So yeah, I can't cover the cost of that otherwise. It's just not work. It doesn't work at all. But usually that's fine with my American and Canadian customers. They always reach out to me. Also, you need to let me know what wool crafts you like to do, because I try to make sure at least 1 or 2 items in the gifts is to do with something that you do anyway. What else? Yeah, so with that, you've got the 4 Days of Sundays. I think I've got it down as £80 or £85 postage. UK, that will come free. Everyone else, it will be added onto your listings. I'm not accepting any type of discount codes on these items. A lot of work goes into them, as you can imagine. And again, your 4 Days of Sundays will be individually wrapped, it'll be dated. You can open up in any order that you want to, that's up to you. But they'll also include your gifts, but you won't have as many gifts as what you would do with the 12 Days of Advent, which is typically fair because it's a lot cheaper and budget friendly. Now, I also do, and I have always done, a installation plan with the larger orders, the 12 Days of Advent. I used to do 25 days of 25 days of Christmas thing, but the last 2 years I've shortened it down to 12 days, but you're just getting the exact same amount of weight. But I do a prepayment plan, and for the large one, and that is a £45 deposit. That's non-refundable because I use that to pay out for the outlay of the actual stock and the fibres and everything else, and any dyes that I need to use or bring in to be able to accommodate that to get going. So I would have already paid out for that outlay, so that just covers me in the background. And then another 2 further payments of that of £40, and then that's you paid up. Now, I don't normally do this for the 4 Sundays of Advent, but the way things are at the moment for everyone, I've decided to take 2 instalment payments if you prefer and don't have the money to pay out for the full amount at the moment. Then for all the payment plans, just get in touch with me and I will tell you how I do it, and then it's usually invoiced through PayPal. If you don't use PayPal and you pay by credit card, I can sort that out, send you an individual invoice from the website itself. So yeah, that's all my info on that. So I really do appreciate it. Now I do apologise. I am not posting out to the EU or Northern Ireland. It's been one of those tricky years this year. I cannot find the fundings or the spare time to accommodate for the General Product Safety Regulations representative for the EU. It costs roughly about £250 in excess of to have someone to verify my business, then the extra paperwork and admin that goes into it. At the moment this year, I just cannot justify it financially. Maybe next year, but not this year. So I do apologise. This is not open to the EU or to Northern Ireland this year. It's just one of those things. Thank your EU representatives. They're the ones that help bring this in. So yeah, it's making a lot of us small businesses struggle because we've lost our EU customers because of it. But I just cannot. It's been such a slow year, not just for me but for other people, and it's just not financially viable to find £200 to £250 in excess of. European wise, you're talking what, 280, 290 euros, and it's a payment that's going to be made every single year. So at the moment, I financially haven't got the money to be able to find that. So I do apologise in advance. It just can't be helped at the moment, but we'll see what next year brings, if I'm still here. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this blending. So I'll tell you what I'm doing as I'm going along. Okay, so what I've got is some teal fade. Okay, but I'm using Egyptian cotton. Okay, I have got some just silk. I'm going to put that in there. I've pulled out some of this. It is Suri alpaca, hand dyed, and this gorgeous pistachio. So I'm going to be putting some of that in. I thought this will look nice with just a little bit of texture run through the drum carder on this art bat, just for something a little bit different for a change. Right, so I'll just fluff that out so it comes out really nice. It's so soft. It's one of my favourite fibres, and I really, it's so hard to get a hold of Suri alpaca. If anyone in the UK has got Suri alpaca or knows of a breeder, please give me a shout and point me in the right direction, because I desperately need some. I haven't got any left to get on the website. It's been ages and find it really hard to locate a Suri alpaca breeder at the moment. So there we go. So that's all blended up and all fluffed out, and we have this hand dyed trilobal that I made, stuck in the dye pot. So I'll put that down there, and oh, there's a little bit extra. So this is exact same, and I know it's really hard to see on the camera, but this is teal. It's teals into sea blues, and a hint of a soft green down the bottom. So I'm going to split this up into three, and I'm using also this really soft aqua mint or spearmint as a base layer in between this, which is a South American top, and it's been hand dyed. And I'm going to do my usual. I'm just going to split it into three. Get this done. Should have probably have done this prep before starting this. I will do on the next one, and then I'll show you the results of the listings that I'm putting on this weekend with the hints of teal. As I say, these aren't necessarily going to be the colours that you're going to get in the Christmas art bat, but I just want you to see how it's all about teal can be represented. So to me, teals come in greeny blues, bluey greens, touching almost on the turquoise, that sort of colourways. So I'm going to now put my base layer of this really soft pastel green. It's like a fresh apple white if you're going to go down the the Dulux paint, though there are other brands out there. And I'm going to start from my really soft colour first. And there's the blue starting to come through now, the lovely sky blue. See where we're at lengthwise, right, okay. Right, now we've got the teal popping through with a darker blue. And now I'm coming to the tealy sea greens. Into a sage. Look at that already. So you can see the tealy colours, and then you've got to see the tealy blues. So this is what I want you to see and imagine yourself. So I'm going to get some of this, and then I've got my Egyptian cotton, and I want this sort of sea spray. So the Egyptian cotton is going to act like a bit of a texture through this, and I'm going to hand paint this on the back. There we go. And then I'm going to get some of my Tussah silk, and we're going to hand paint this on. No, we're not. We're going to take some of this first, which is the Surrey Alpaca locks, and I'm going to paint them on the back. And then we're going to do the silk. Okay, and then I have got my Trilobal, which I've split into 3, and I'm going to work this along here from light to dark, because it was put in the same dye tray as the wool itself, so I want it to follow the same colourway. So there we go. That looks fantastic. So I'm going to get on with this, and I will show you the results when I've finished in a minute. So there we go, there is the result of that blended batch. So you can see it goes from this soft cloudy cream into these soft tealy turquoisey blues, and then into a tealy blue, and then into a teal green. So I just wanted to show and emphasize that it's all about the teal. It's about the promotion of this colour. So this is the first one. I will get on with the others, and I will film another for you in a moment to see what teal can look like on a bold background with pops of colour with it. Okay, so for this blend I am working with this roving here. It's 23 micron Count Merino, and it's got this plum, and then it changes into different hues of purple. So it goes into violet, there's hints of a bit tie-dyed really, violet, then further in get more of a plummy purple, keep going, just opening this up so it's just easier to work with on the drum carder. Then it goes into this more dusky, deep blue, purpley hue, like a navy blue. So that is going on my drum carder next. So I start with the purple on this side on this one. There's the blue, and the purple starts to transition into it. There's the violet. And then we go into plums. There we go. Another cranberry now. Right, so on there. I'm just going to give it a pack down because it's quite full. There we go. So this one I'm doing hand painting, and I know I always say it's my bugbear, but I just want these colours to pop through, and I will, when I put this listing on, make a point of saying that this is more suited to art yarn, as it's been hand painted colour blocking on the back drum, which if you want to spin it as a normal yarn, you want to just add in a little bit more drafting into it. Especially if you watch my video over on Patreon, I was talking about the differences and what painting on the back drum does to your art bat if you want to spin a normal yarn. So I've got this purple I'm going to put on the top of here now, just to help break up that teal, tealy green and tealy blue. There we go. And then I have got this pop of bright pink bamboo. Again, hand painting this on the back. Then I have got bamboo in lavender, lilac. So I'm holding on to the fibres on these ones, so they're so slippery. And then I've got this dark blue, which is a silk. Right, that's that done. Give it another quick pack down. Oh, let's get this off. Right. Okay, so we'll just roll this off in the roly-poly at the back. I just find it easier to gather my wools like this because I work at quite a high height. I don't pull it off the drum like you find a lot of fibre artists do. Okay, so this is the result of purple gradient with pops of blue teal and green teal overlaying, i.e. it's all about the teal. So there's the back of it, okay, and that's the front of it. So you should, when you spin this up, end up with a gradient art bat, but with pops of colours coming through. It would make an absolutely ideal, fantastic art yarn. If you were spinning this, because I've done the drum card at the back and hand painted it on, if you were spinning this as a normal yarn, you want to pre-draft a little bit better than what you'd normally do, or be happy to work with inconsistencies in your yarn that's not going to be completely and utterly say 4-ply all the way through. There's going to be little nodules of thickening wool where it's been hand painted. But if you're interested in that topic, why not to do hand painting on the back drum, go over to my Patreon and become a member over there, and you'll get access. The first 7 days are free to my Patreon members, so you can access the videos over there as a free member, as a trial member, and then you can commit to either £3 or £5 a month. I've also set up that you can pay for it in a 6-month slot, and then it's out the way and you don't have to worry about it every month. So yeah, there we go. So a gradient art bat in purple with hints of green teal and blue teal on top of that. So I'm here to be doing another one with teal popped on top. So this is a gorgeous peach colour. I love peach and teals together. I think they're really pretty, very summery looking. So this is going to have a mild effect on the ear. So there's a solid base of this peach. And I'm just running it through. I've opened it up. I'm running it through one side and then I'll run it back through the other. Oh. My drum card is getting quite full now. It's getting fed up. There we go. Got to get this card in with some of the tines here. I'll pack this down a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this dusky teal blue, and I'm just going to do what I did with the roving and run it through. We're getting pops of colour. Instead of hand painting it, I'm running it through. And then do the same with this darker teal in the opposite direction. This is sticky because the drum card is getting quite thick now and it doesn't want to fold anything. So we'll just and then I have one more bit to put on top, which is this, and it has got peaches and golds in there. It's got red airy silk and tussar silk, and it's dusky, the same colour that I put on there, the dusky teal colour. So I'm just going to open that up and put this on here. There we go, that's that one done. So this is just a demo to show you that my blending is not always as it comes across. Sometimes it can just be a hint of something, or something, because it's such teal can be such a bold colour in itself. Adding it as a pop of a colour to another base colour, a main colour, it can make the wonders of calming it down, making it stand out even more, subduing it. And teal colours in different ways. It can come as like a tealy turquoise, like a rich tropical sea colour. It can be like a sage colour, like leaves and things like that, like the sage plant. It can come as a duck egg blue or duck egg green. It can be that sort of teal that almost in different hues, different tones, different shades, different platforms, whether it be bold and vibrant or more pastel. You'd be surprised how universal the colour teal can be. So that is another one for the website. This one will be called, I think it's Midsummer. That's what this one's called. So this one will be hand-dyed Punto Aneres with 23 micron Count Merino, Corridel and Red Airy Silk and Tussar Silk in that blend. Really, really pretty. Very mild, very dusky, very lovely. So there we go. That looks really, really pretty. Very, very subtle colours. Bit of boldness, but very, very light and summery looking. I really love putting peaches and teals and duck egg blues and things like that together. There is the purple one, purple base layers with the tealy blues, more vivid colours, tealy blues and tealy greens added onto there. Now, I don't know why my phone can't pick up the greenness of that, but you can just about make it out. I don't know why, it never does. So those 3 will be on the website this weekend. So you can get them on Saturday. They'll be logged on there, probably by the afternoon at the latest. So they'll be on the website, say, this weekend. Just a sample of them. I have got 1, 2, 3, I think 4 or 5 others to go and get blended, which I will do tomorrow, and I'll demonstrate them on my, well, a couple of them on my live chat tomorrow on Instagram. So yeah, so thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you next week. Not quite sure what I'm going to be doing, but we'll see what happens. Bye for now.